Morning everyone. So we are the reporters about the topic marine pollutions. So the contents are the introduction, marine pollutions, pollutants, their sources and their effects. Prevention and control of marine pollutions. Conclusion and also the references. So ang kaning uban contents is i-explain na ni sa next reporter. Mahang ka the introduction. Oceans cover about 71% of the Earth's surface. They play an important role in the chemical and biological balance of the life on the Earth. They are vital to our food security, commerce, and transportation. But human activity has troubled the health of oceans. The habitats of marine mammals and fish have been degraded severely, with pollutions responsible for the mass death of fish, mammals, and corals. Orga- Organochloric pollutants, pesticides, polychlorinated biphenyls or PCBs, and a range of the other toxic pollutants accumulate within fishes, later moving up the food chain to cause reproductive disorders. Marine pollution. So, what comes in your mind when you heard the word marine pollutions? So marine pollution it is simply defined as a discharge of waste substances into the sea, resulting in harm to living resources, hazards to human health, hindrance to fishery and impairment of quality for use of seawater. Marine pollution is associated with the changes in physical, chemical, and biological conditions of seawater. It is also the introduction of harmful substances or pollutants into the oceans, seas, or other bodies of water, resulting in adverse effects on marine life, ecosystem, and human health. It is a complex and multifaceted issue with various sources, including both direct and indirect human activities. Pollutants, their sources, and their effects. Pollutants can simply be defined as the materials which cause pollutions. The following are the important pollutants that cause the marine pollutions. Number one is sewage. Number two is pesticide. Number three is plastic waste. Four is metallic waste. Five is the oil. Six is the sediment plumes by deep sea mining. Number seven is the heat and the radioactive waste. And lastly, the dredge swell. So kaning tanang pollutants is i-explain ni isa-isa sa ang kauban pud aron mas masabtan pa natong tanan. So marine pollutions can have several consequences for marine organisms and ecosystem. Pollutants can poison or suffocate marine life, disrupt food chain and other habitats. For example, oil spill coat marine animals with oil, making it difficult for them to swim and regulate their body temperature. Plastic debris can be ingested by marine animals, leading to internal injuries or starvation and death.
Good day, sir. I am Richie Levanti and I am here to tackle about the following pollutants that cause the marine pollution. First is the sewage. Sewage consists of wastewater discharged from residences and from commercial, institutional, and public facilities that exist in the locality. It is a mixture of water from communities' water supply, human excreta, feces, and urine, used water from bathrooms, food preparation waste, laundry wastewater, and other waste products of normal living. Sewage may be entering the sea by direct drainage from inland towns and industries, tipping at sea from ships. Detrimental effects of sewage include eutrophication. The result of this process are harmful algal blooms, dead zones, and fish kills, which occurs when the environment becomes enriched with nutrients, increasing the amount of plant and algae growth to estuaries and coastal waters. Second is the deoxygenation, causing a wide range of effects on marine life, including reducing the quality and quantity of suitable habitat, also known as habitat compression, reducing growth rate, changing visual function, interfering with reproduction, and increasing disease susceptibility. And the third is the foul deposits, reduce salinity, infection, and toxic residues. Second one is the pesticides. Pesticides are organically active chemicals which are used for killing the pests. Pesticides may enter the oceans from the atmosphere after aerial spraying, from overland runoff of sprayed areas, from intentional dumping in the sea. Pesticides affect food chain directly. These are more and more concentrated in fish, seagulls, seals, penguins, and marine planktons. PCBs, or polychlorinated biphenyls, or industrial products or chemicals, have been found out to have a serious effect on this aquatic animal's reproductive cycle, and known to cause patches on the skin, immunotoxicity, kidney damage, weight loss, and tumor formation in otters. The third one is the plastic wastes. The mass of plastic in the oceans may be as high as 100 million metric tons. Many animals that live on or in the sea consume lotsam by mistake, as it often looks similar to their natural prey. Plastic debris, when bulky or tangled, is difficult to pass and may become permanently lodged in the digestive tracts of these animals, blocking the passage of food and causing death through starvation or infection. Fishing nets entangle fish, dolphins, sea turtles, sharks, dugongs, crocodiles, seabirds, crabs, and other creatures, restricting movement, causing starvation, laceration and infection, and in those that need to return to the surface to breathe, suffocation.
Good day, everyone. My topic is all about metallic wastes, which is one of the causes of pollution in marine environment. Metallic chemical elements have a relatively high density and toxic or poisonous at low concentrations. Examples are mercury, lead, nickel, arsenic, cadmium, and so on. Metallic wastes can be enter the marine environment naturally through weathering of the Earth's crust, kanang pag-breakdown or pag-dissolve sa mga rocks and minerals, from rivers or by direct discharges, through the atmosphere also, kanang mga dust nga gikan sa pag-mining, pag-burn of fossil fuels, or sa mga manufacturers. These can enter the sea through oil spill also, na mga scattered nga mga langis. Then, the use of anti-fouling paint on the bottoms of boats has been implicated as a major source of heavy metals in waters. So, kanang mga paint nga gigamit para sa mga pamboat. So, muna siya a major source nga mo ay makakause of heavy metals in waters. These toxic metals can accumulate in the tissues of many species of aquatic life. When we consume such fishes, it will affect our nervous system, kidneys, brains, respiratory system, or even it will lead us to death. So, dili lang kay ang mga aquatic species ang maapektuhan sa maong toxic metals. So, apil po ta, kikita man mismo ang makonsume sa maong mga species. So, once makonsume nato, of course, maapektuhan po apil ag ato ang lawas, especially ang atong health. Maybe makasakit or it will lead us to death. So, aside from metallic wastes, one of the causes of pollution is also oil. Oil may enter the sea water by number of ways as follows: cargo tanker washings at sea and international discharge of oily wastes from tank washings and accidental spillages pollute the seawater severely. Kanang mga ni-spill or ni-scattered nga mga oily wastes accidentally sa panasidya sa makakos of oil pollution. Then, bilge pumping at sea, import oil losses or collisions in port, tanker accidents and maritime accidents due to collision, fire, explosion, or grounding also result in oil release in water. Kanang na-explode, nibuto, or nasunog nga mga tanker or cargos. So, result po na siya sa oil pollution. Oil leakage from pipelines, kanang mga nabuslot nga tubo nga nagtuto nga mga langis or oil. Then, the blowout of wells, disposal of drilling mud, accidental damages to offshore drilling rigs add to oil pollution in water. Oil wastes from oil fields or refineries near the coast. Then, oil spills mixed with urban sewage, silt, plastics, pesticides, and insidious toxic compounds are pervasive and complex the pollution problems in sea. Here are some examples of oil pollution in Gulf of Mexico and Mediterranean. The overall detrimental effects of oil pollution in seawater are as follows: reduction in dissolved oxygen, reduction in light penetration, oil spilling causes lethal toxicity to aquatic flora, smothering coats of oil have killed lichens and algae along the shorelines. Sea otters will die when their fur becomes saturated with oil by losing insulation. Waste from oil refineries and discharged petroleum nga gikan sa mga ships makakos pa ni siya og damage sa fisheries. Then, hydrocarbons in oil get incorporated in body tissues of marine animals. When the concentration of crude oil in the sea water reaches 0.02 ppm, fish eggs begin to hatch irregularly or late, while the development of already hatched young fish or larval crabs and lobsters becomes abnormal at oil concentrations between 1 and 100 ppm. When men consume the fishes from oil-polluted seawater, it may result in breathing problems and can damage liver and kidneys. So here are some example of aquatic animals nga nangamatay tungod sa oil pollution.
By deep sea mining. Because of the deep sea mining, the removing parts of the sea favor disturb the habitat of benthic organisms. Plumes are caused when the tailing from the mining, usually the particles, are dumped back into the ocean, creating a cloud of the particles vibrating in the water. There are two types of plumes: near bottom plumes, surface plumes. Heat. Accumulations of ionizable heat of human activities can disrupt ecosystem in the marine environment. The most important sources of thermal marine pollution are the nuclear power plants and the thermal power plants. This water is temperatures 11 to 22 degrees, which is higher than it was initially. One nuclear power plant may use as much as a billion gallons of seawater per day. Marine life is extremely sensitive to changes in the water temperature. Higher temperatures can lead to premature spawning, fish migration, lack of oxygen, or death of marine life. Radioactive waste. Radioactive materials enter to the ocean mainly from the following waste: from natural background sources, through intentional and unintentional direct release, mining and processing of ores to produce isotopes, emission from the industrial use of nuclear energy, leakage from the underground, nuclear detonations from the shipboard reactors. Radioactive contaminates seawater consumed by the plants, during photosynthesis act as a medium for radioactivity in them. By this radionuclide enter into the food, resume this radionuclide fishes, it will cause of cancers, leukemia eye, cataract, DNA breakage, and carcinoma in human. Thank you.
Dredge swirl. Dredge swirls constitute the greatest pollutant input with the volume of the ocean. Swirls from dredging or mining of offshore mineral are deposited with a few miles offshore, where the potential impact is the greatest. Often they also contain sewage or industrial waste solids, and the solids from street run off consequently. Amount of hazardous chemicals, pathogen, or oil and may exert a high oxygen demand on the surrounding environment. The damage which can be caused by dredging is twofold. One, the occurring at the dredging site, and two, the occurring at the dredge spoil disposal area.
Prevention and control of marine pollution, stabilization of the ecosystem, utilization, recycling, renovation and recharge of the waste, removal of pollutants, to control the oil population. Following methods are used: skimming, by spreading a powder over the oil patch. It can be sunk to the bottom. Biodegradation, burning using a sustainable absorbing minerals. Heat can be removed from condenser cooling water prior to their disposal into marine water.
Good morning, everyone. I am the next reporter. Prevention and control of marine pollution, stabilization of ecosystem, reutilization, recycling, renovation and recharge of waste, removal of pollutants. To control the oil pollution, and the following methods are used: skimming, by spreading powder over high patch. It can be sunk to the bottom. Biodegradation Biodegradation, burning using a suitable absorbing material. Heat can be removed from this condenser cooling waters prior to their disposal into marine water. Prevention and control of marine pollution. A removal of phosphorus by electrolysis. Adopting appropriate methods to remove heavy metals from our marine water. Radioactive waste can be removed or reduced by the ion exchange techniques, precipitation of radionuclides. The impacts of deep sea mining can be minimized or reduced by using proper mining techniques. Creating awareness of marine pollution. Local communities near sea must protect sea management by government. Incentives must be offered for conservation. Industrial units should be equipped with pollution control instrument. In conclusion, oceans cover the Earth's surface about 71% and play an important role in the chemical and biological balance of the life of the Earth. These are rich with marine resources like minerals, oil, and marine life, and the seafood supplies meet a substantial food requirement of the world's population. If the marine life affected by the pollution and if they carry pollutants and its biomass, the human population may get into impact while consuming such resources. Hence, it is necessary to aware about the marine pollution and to protect the marine water from the pollutants. So, necessary to prevent and control this pollution. Let us save our oceans and the huge marine ecosystem. And that's all. Thank you.